Alright, here we have an interaction with, I believe it's trainer Don Charles' son. I believe his name is Charles Fox, if I'm not mistaken. His interaction with the current champion, heavyweight champion, Oleksandr Usyk, arguably the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. So this interaction, it's a discussion relating to the low blow that Oleksandr Usyk suffered during his match with Daniel Dubois. And Charles Fox is trying to put his point across that he feels that Oleksandr Usyk was milking the entire incident, that he was genuinely hurt and was just pretending to have suffered a low blow. Before we get into the body language analysis of how you can remain calm in stressful situations when being confronted with someone who's a bit agitated and angry, being a former boxer and a former world youth champion in 1997 and 98, I know a thing or two about boxing. Was it a low blow? The low blow rule states that if there's anything below the belt line, if the gloves hit anywhere below that line, your belt line, it is considered a low blow. Clear and simple rule. But it gets controversial because sometimes the gloves land exactly on the belt line, and certain boxers' fists are so huge that the bottom knuckles end up just below the belt line. If the referee has an issue relating to how high you're wearing your shorts, he would have mentioned it right from the beginning. So, in my point of view, looking at the replays, it was a low blow because part of the fist, Daniel Dubois' fist, landed just below Oleksandr Usyk's belt line, which means it was a low blow. Borderline or not, it was a low blow. Now, coming back to body language analysis, you can look right from the beginning at Charles Fox's stance. When you have someone being a bit agitated, aggressive, his voice, his tone, volume is firm, straightforward, but back straight, chin up, open chest out, steady, aggressive, hands behind his back, open stance, so it's not afraid, open body language gesture, so it's not defensive, it's really out there, wanting to put his point across. Eyes firmly on Oleksandr Usyk, who's sitting down. Let's have a look.
I want to ask you a question from the bottom of your heart. When Daniel hit you with that shot, I know human beings, when you get hit low, football, whatever, people, straight away you hold like this. When you got hit, you went down, and your body started shaking like this, yeah, your stomach. And the referee looked at you, you didn't say low, you didn't.
The referee looked at you, so he was trying to put a point across in an aggressive manner. He demonstrated, okay, you got hit. When someone gets hit in the balls, they immediately hold that area. But your body started shaking. So that's his point of view. He's just trying to put his point across, eyes firmly on Oleksandr Usyk and describing it, what he saw.
You sat there and you froze.
Okay, let's take a look at Oleksandr Usyk's. We can't really see his facial expression from this angle, but he's listening intently. And if you look at his hands are calmly on table. It's not, if someone is nervous, you can have like wringing of the hands or hiding your hands in your pockets or fidgeting a little bit, but he is straight directly looking back at Charles Fox and listening to what he has to say. Let's see what happens.
Why have you not been honest? I want to know.
That's it. Very good. Yeah.
The translator is
I
just
saw you.
explaining.
I can't be fooled. Trust me.
What
I know
Charles
people's
Fox
facial
has
expressions. I know physiological reactions. And I saw what I saw.
Yeah, that's the
So I want to
just
know. Yeah.
Okay. It's your opinion.
It's not opinion.
Straight, he gives a one simple sentence. Okay, it's your opinion. Relax, posture, leaning forward, showing interest in what Charles Fox has to say. His hands are clasped. It's your eye contact directly to Mr. Charles Fox. It's your opinion. Straight to the point. But he gets up to explain something. When someone is on a higher level, in terms of height-wise or in position-wise, it makes them a bit more commanding compared to when if someone's sitting and someone's standing up. That's why if you're a teacher, if you're a lecturer, you want to get to your students' level to build a rapport. If they are shorter than you or they are in a position that's lower than you go down to their level to make them feel less intimidated. So Oleksandr Usyk is going to stand up to demonstrate where the punch actually landed. Let's have a look.
I'm asking your opinion.
Bro, listen. This is position, like not punch. Yeah. This is your fighter punch me this.
But your reaction.
Stop.
Your reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Listen, you doctor.
See, Shakur.
Okay. Remember, your dog. So he starts to get wanting to put his point across. Perhaps because he feels like maybe Charles Fox's might not really understand the way he puts across his point in English. So he wants to really make sure that he understands your doctor, and there's a bit of annoyance there as well from Usyk, but still calm. Volume wise, his volume is at the same, I believe, the same volume as Charles Fox, but he gets up to explain his point and to demonstrate and also to show a video clip. Let's have a look.
You see, Floyd, we know all the time.
May I ask you one question? If you wanna play, playing start now. Yeah. Listen.
We're always ready to play.
Listen. This clean? Bro,
I've seen so many clips.
this is clean?
I've seen so many clips. I've watched boxing my whole life.
He sort of, Charles Fox dismisses, he said, I've seen so many clips. So when you have hand gestures this way, you're like dismissing an idea, dismissing the words that someone is saying. I've seen so many clips. The eye contact shifts, like he's not really interested to look at the phone and the video clip.
If this shot here, let me explain.
My body shake
And
because you punch here.
And your belt is high.
Bro,
as well.
can I ask you something? Did you
I've
ever
watched
get?
boxing my whole life.
So they were talking over each other during this sequence of about 5 seconds, and you notice that their gestures are more open, like they're open. However, Usyk decides to take a step back. So he starts to take a step back because it shows that he probably would like to end the conversation. He wants to put his point across, which he did. He says, okay, bro, your fighter punched me here, and then he wanted to leave it at that. So that's why he took a step back and it's ready to get seated. But Charles Fox wanted to still put his point across, and you notice that his gestures going to start to get a little bit more energetic. Previously it was slow, but then suddenly it starts to get a bit more energetic. Let's have a look.
Ever
It
get hit in
was
the
Of course, that's why I'm saying
the
that's
pass.
right. I've
Fast
done
hands
250
movement.
rounds with
Fast hand
Fury.
movement.
I fought.
Previously was slow.
So my answer to you, my question to you, I've watched boxing my whole life.
Okay.
You
How
look at
many?
Floyd Mayweather, you look at
Okay.
Shakur
How
Stevenson.
many?
I'm
How
let
many
me finish.
professional?
Every
how
time the
many
belt, they get
professional
punched.
fight?
Every fight. But I know you were hurt, and you know what? Forget me.
Okay, still keep. I know you were hurt. Again, aggressive gesture.
Forget him. Forget him. Forget him. Forget all
Forget
these
him.
people.
Forget him. Forget him.
You know you were hurt because I heard what you said.
Aha.
You know.
You look at it. You can see his smirk. A slight smirk. You know you were hurt. Trying to be a bit sarcastic, a bit condescending. Let's have a look.
It's your
That's it.
opinion.
Okay, look at
Heard
that.
what you said. You know.
It's
And
your
that's it.
opinion.
No. It's your opinion. No, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's your reality.
Not my reality.
But your minute of fame.
Stop. It's my time now. Please. Listen. How many professional fights you have?
Yeah, Usyk raises his voice a little bit. Stop! It's my time. To his, I believe his teammate, because he wanted to put his point across. The teammate was trying to help him to explain a bit more clearly. I believe.
No.
Don't worry about that.
So you ask questions, you want him to answer?
So Oleksandr Usyk, ask him how many fights have you been involved in? Open palm gesture, very good because you're just asking a question, an honest question, being upfront. That's really good. How many fights have you been in? And Charles Fox, to his credit, stands his ground, chin up, eyes firmly on Oleksandr Usyk.
Many amateur fights, sparring. Yeah, five.
Maybe you... Як тобі били нижче пояса хоч раз?
Did anyone?
Did anyone...
Yeah, of course,
yeah?
I've
How you
experienced
feel?
Uh-huh.
Depends, but
See, he asked him, so have you been hit below the belt? He said, of course. How did you feel? Again, no defensive, no crossing of the arms, no standing back, no uncomfortable gesture, just open palm. So how did you feel? Okay. So this is a very good point to take note of in terms of how you deal with someone who's very aggressive. Number one, never raise your voice to their level. So if they're agitated, they're upset, you can see that they speak a bit faster than their normal speed. Volume a bit raised higher than their regular volume. You speak slightly lower than their volume. If the conversation goes on for a period of time, they themselves will realize, okay, I might be screaming my head off, and they might come back down, or they might just carry on if their emotions have taken over their mind. So let's have a look at what happened.
when I get hit here,
Yeah.
the first thing I do, this is what you have to understand. When I got hit here, the first thing you do, any man, we've all been hit. Football hits you there, you get hit here. You hold like you go, when you sat there and your body started to move like this. I saw what I saw.
Because
and the referee
you fight my ball.
The referee went, and then you went. And then he said, no.
Okay, 3 minutes.
I know what I saw. That's not opinion. You can go watch. Everyone can go watch.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
Also said, okay, touch his chest, okay, it's for my heart. Listen, he's a bit more calm, right? The volume is lower than the trainers. And listen,
See you 18, yeah? In July?
Yeah.
Maybe 19 July. Again.
See, now listen. I told you, I cannot take away your achievements. I respect you.
Okay.
But I know what I saw.
Okay,
It's your opinion.
experiment now.
he ends it there. There's no more confrontation, and he realizes that if he just carries on, he's basically just in a meaningless conversation, because Charles Fox has his opinion set, or his decision set, that it was not a low blow. So no matter what Oleksandr Usyk says, will not change his mind. So he realizes that it's basically not really worth arguing or losing his cool or just putting in energy So it's like, okay, it's your opinion. It's fine. Let's look forward to July the 19th, and I'll gain your respect. So notice that is after saying that sentence, okay, that's your opinion. He gets seated down, wants to just relax, and he don't feel any. There's no threat. Just wants to end the conversation and leave it as at there. But
Let's ask you.
he's Oleksandr Usyk's. I think it was one of his teammates. I think it's is it Sergey Lapin or is it Daniel? Like Sergey Lapin comes
Daniel,
and do
let's ask
demonstration.
Daniel to punch.
Stop. Okay. One punch, I give you here. Yes, now power, and one punch here. Okay?
If you punch me there, I'm gonna take your head off your shoulder.
No. You,
If you punch me there,
He asked you.
Okay.
He asked you. You don't have to get it over finish. He asked you as experiment.
Okay,
and we will do it.
And you tell.
Yeah, he's just trying. Sergey Lapin is just trying to explain. Okay, how would you feel if you got hit above the belt and below the belt? And Mr. Fox got a bit agitated because he thought that, oh, he's really gonna do a demonstration, a light hit, misunderstanding.
You tell me how you feel, okay? Okay, one punch here, and one punch here.
why am I gonna give you a free
And
punch?
you tell me, I'm okay.
My father told me you punch before you get punched.
Don't worry, I'm good. I'm good.
No, listen.
No.
I've said my piece. Now you're just
Listen, this really.
I respected you, but now you're waffling. I said my piece. That's it.
I'm boxer.
Anyway,
too.
like you said, the guys, they're gonna have the opportunity.
I'm non-boxer.
So,
Every time.
finally, you are a young boxer. It's your opinion. Just people.
At the end of the video, we saw that Oleksandr Usyk leaning back with his hands on his lap and just chilling out. So to him, like, the conversation has ended after he's mentioned that, all right, that's your opinion. I'll see you on the 19th of July. So that's a very good way of managing. It can be a bit uncomfortable situation where someone is really being very aggressive towards you, a bit louder than you. Maybe even you might be sitting and they might be standing, so they got the advantage of intimidation. So a good way is to stand up, say whatever that you want to say in a firm, controlled voice. Even if the other party might be talking over you, keep your own tone and volume lower than theirs. Speak straight to the point, short, sweet, and then get seated. You don't want to have a confrontation or argument with someone who's really not in control of their emotions, because whatever that you say will not get into their head. So it's like a lost cause. You don't want to waste your time and energy on that. Some battles are not worth fighting for. So there you have it. So whenever you are faced with confrontation, you know there's a good way to keep your cool, be firm, straight to the point, and chill out then.